AITA for not staying home for the night with my daughter while my wife goes out with friends? Background: my wife rarely goes out with friends, ~6 times/year, and has never been very social and prefers spending time with me. I am more social, but that has declined as we have focused on our family. We have a 2-year-old daughter, and I spend time with the same 3 friends once/week for games night, sometimes in person, sometimes online. I have another 3 friends that I see only once every 2 months, also for games night. If I go out, my wife will tend to our daughter. I often still help with dinner/bedtime, but sometimes leave earlier than this. Our daughter's bedtime is 7:30 p.m., and she often sleeps through the night without fuss, wakes up fussing maybe 5% of the time. I always offer for my wife's sleep in the next day, or something similar in exchange for me going out so that it's not a one-sided thing. Scenario: my wife made plans to spend an evening this weekend out with friends. She would be out from 6 p.m. until late. After she made those plans, I was invited to my friend's birthday thing with my second friend group. If I went, I would be gone from 5 p.m. until late. Last time I saw them was exactly 1 month ago. I brought this plan up with my wife as I wanted to make arrangements for a family member to take our daughter for the evening. She was irritated by this, and argued that I should stay home. I have since spoken with a family member who is happy to take our daughter at 5 p.m. and have her stay the night, and I have communicated this to my wife. I made it clear that this will not affect her plans at all. I will be responsible for drop-off and pick-up of our daughter, and will not ask anything of my wife because I understand that it is rare for her to have a night out like this, and so I don't want her to change her plans at all. She still thinks that I should stay home. Her arguments: she says that since she always covers for me, that I should also cover for her. She doesn't want to ask this family member to have our daughter for the night because she thinks we ask too much of them. My arguments: I am covering for her as she does not have to change her plans and doesn't have to do anything for our daughter. This family member loves watching our daughter, and my wife is often quick to agree to leave our daughter there for sleepovers plenty of other evenings out of convenience, e.g., we will be there for dinner and put our daughter to sleep there so we can visit longer, then we will leave her there for the night, so I don't see why this time it's too much to ask. I feel like she wants me to stay home as a form of punishment for going out more frequently than she would prefer. Punishment feels too strong of a word. I don't think there is any major resentment behind this or anything. I just don't know how else to describe the feeling. So, AITA here for making plans to go out the same night. My wife also already had plans to go out, even though I am covering all arrangements for our daughter for the evening. Edits: not sure why everyone thinks I'm planning on getting drunk, but I would not be drinking if I went to the birthday. I would also be the on-call parent and would tend to our daughter in case of any emergency. I use the word cover to describe solo parenting, as that is the word my wife used when we spoke. Neither of us are the type of people to call parenting babysitting when it is solo. The punishment I am referring to is about missing out on celebrating with a friend. It is not referring to spending time with my daughter. Just because my wife only goes out 6 times a year does not mean that is her only free time. We have 5 evenings free every week where she can either do her own thing or we can spend it together. We share the evening on-duty time equally. The vast majority, like 90% or more, of my time out is spent after my daughter is asleep. The normal routine is for both of us to do dinner/bath/bed routine, and then for me to leave afterwards. The family member I am referring to is on my wife's side. However, we are very close with them and it is normal for me to talk to them directly. They feel just as much my family at this point as they are hers. The family member is also very experienced putting our daughter to bed without us being there. My daughter has her own room at this family member's house, as well as another's. This is because they care for our daughter on the 3 days a week where both my wife and I work so that we don't have to pay for daycare. We are extremely lucky to have such helpful family, and the reason she has her own room/bed at these places isn't because we pawn her off there frequently. It is because she naps at these places 3 days a week, and on occasional evenings. Both family members are empty nesters who admittedly love caring for our daughter, and other young family members. We try to compensate them, but they often refuse, and they even go so far as to ask to have our daughter over.